Oh, isn't that nice? A sunset on the Colombian coast in Cartagena. Perfect. Right, that's enough. Here's a nightclub and some salsa. That's a quick introduction to the top of South America. Now here's something you don't know. I'm told this is a natural wonder around these parts. I'm not so sure about the natural part, but the wonder is spot on. Yes, that's a mud volcano, and definitely worth the visit. From a pig in mud to a cat on the roof, our hostel was the venue for the famous Media Luna party. Along with Americans Dan and Abdul, we carved up the top level tiles. That night we even met Batman, at least that's what he called himself. Now it's time to get crazy in Sand Hill. The adventure capital of the world, if not Colombia, didn't disappoint. Water rafting was the first call, and the Grade 5 rapids were too much for that Aussie. That night I went underground, and by day I went high, real high, paragliding high in fact, and when old mate instructor asked if I was up for acrobatics, well, there was no time to answer. Day 3 in the world's gnarliest town, and after experiencing the highs and lows, it was time to become one with nature. After scoping out my surroundings, I found these natural vines and wooden structures. Using all my knowledge of a lifetime in the bush, I scaled the obstacles and found my way to a little piece of heaven. The adventures weren't over, and when this group of 4 took off on a day's hike, what was to unfold would be hard to believe. They shared knowledge.
The church was restored in 1976. Up here, the wooden roof. It's the only wooden roof.
Beers and a view at the back of one lady's house that rivalled Tamworth's Oxley Lookout. But the crew of Harry, Tom, Jan and myself had even bigger things in store. A game of soccer against the locals developed a bond that would be hard to break, as the hostel found out that night at the weekly game of Tiho, a sport built on beer and explosives. Like any good cameraman, I failed to record an explosion, but trust me, if your Tejo, the metal object you throw, lands on that pink thing filled with gunpowder, it explodes. Well, you'll also have to believe me when I say after barely being able to throw past his shoelaces, Harry hit the pink thing for us to win the final by 1 point. Remarkable, an incredible ending to a rewarding journey. But it wasn't all fun and games, the classroom was calling. Andreas put this Amigo through 10 hours of Spanish across 2 days, and the result... ¿Cuál es tu deporte favorito? With a new understanding of Espanol, it was off to Medellin. A tour and a cable car were on the itinerary. Would you believe it? A game of football. A fitting end to a country on the rise.
It's now time
for our favourite segment, Mongdong's Clip of the Week.
Dragon's breath.
Yeah, top shelf guys, this week Mungers, it goes to Halloween, a tradition built on kids receiving lollies from strangers, but also a bit of fancy dress and a few cervezas, only in America. So the beard's gone, now it's off to Bogota, the nation's capital. Congratulations to Larry and Reagan for the birth of little William, and until next time, I'm Jeff Smith.